North Carolina number 2, Duke number 1. Fourth meeting of the season and plenty to play for in this one. So much anticipation for these two teams meeting for an unprecedented fourth time this season. So let's love the game one more time tonight from Cary. North Carolina in white, Duke in the darker blue. Dahlien. Up and over, down she goes. Penalty on the way for the Tar Heels. And the player who has done it all season long, Maddie Dahlien, earns another one. She has drawn the foul now on 6 of the 10 penalties North Carolina has earned this season.
Oh, just look at the positioning of Chico, because right there, just at the last second, no need to be sticking her foot out. Dahlien, this is exactly what she's trying to do. Draw the defender, a little bit of a touch to be able to change pace. Baits Chico and then pulls her down. It's a clear penalty. Wonderful work from Dahlien. Last thing Duke wants to be doing is allow her time and space to get faced up, running at their back line.
You talked about individual battles, Lori. We mentioned Fossey and Freeman. Here we go. Fossey 2 for 2 from the spot on the season. North Carolina as a team 8 for 9, but Leah Freeman, opponents 0 for 2 against her. Who will prevail this time? Fossey for North Carolina. Yes, the Tar Heels take the lead.
Well, it's a dream start for North Carolina, and this is why they play this hybrid formation, because it allows for Dahlien to get higher up the field, have fewer responsibilities defensively. She gets faced up, takes 3 players on right there, base Chico to come out, draws the foul, clear penalty, and then steps up, and then when a player's in form, look at this penalty kick. Just excellent. Top corner, Freeman goes one way, but she's not saving this one against Fossey. 20th goal on the season. Excellent penalty.
These have come into play for both teams in the meetings this season. They play it quickly. Now the surface toward that back post. Groff puts it back around that edge of the area. It is shot. Helps free up those attacking players. Out, back in, and a collision in front of the goal. Claire Gagne hanging on.
Well, it's excellent work from Gattino, because she has to stay with Maggie Graham, but this is the most well-worked play that we've seen from the Duke Blue Devils in this first half. There's the ball across, and then Maggie Graham coming in late. Both of those players have the right to go for it. Maybe a late challenge from Graham as she's coming in behind. Really nowhere for either of those players to go, but Gattino does such a good job just trying to box out Maggie Graham, allow for Gagne to come in front of her and keep a hold of the ball. Really well done defensively.
The center of that Tar Heel defense. That's a good ball. Duke and Haas looking for the equalizer. And number 3, Trinity Armstrong. She was the target then who finished it off for her first career goal. Bending in. Beautiful ball off the post. Nearly goes in again, but Freeman pounces on it.
Well, what a ball that is was from Tessa Della Rose. Just whips it in with her left foot. It is Thomas that just gets in front of her defender right there at the last second, just ricochets it off of
Groff. End up losing it over the top. Thomas could feast on this. Thomas! North Carolina makes it 2!
Well, immediately when we saw this game get stretched in the first 10 minutes, we said that's going to favor Fossey, Thomas at different times. Now, this was just one big ball over the top, and what an emphatic finish this is. Thomas on the wrong side of Chico. Chico has cheated to that near side, cutting across. Thomas just able to bypass her. Freeman's coming off her line to keep herself big. But my goodness, what a finish. Just one look to get her head up, tucks it right into that near post.
Now this goal is being reviewed. Ashley Cedro over to take a look. It is a good goal for North Carolina.
Well, for how good Duke has been defensively, 2 unanswered goals right here. And it's just one big ball over the top, and actually had been Groff that had made the run higher up the field, so it leaves them in a 2v1 situation, but they're caught flat-footed. Chico once again trying to come over to close the gap between her and Roller, or even number situation in the midfield.
Lynch with the service for Duke off the free kick. Graham wants the shot, takes it, hits the post! Oh, buckle up and bundle up, everybody. Yeah, it's cold, but this match is something else.
Well, they needed for that player. See if we can force them into precarious positions to have to defend the attackers.
Oh, look at Thomas. Oh, the shot at the crossbar, the follow. But Olivia Thomas, she is putting on a show here tonight.
Well, we've seen her go in behind. We've seen her just body up. And just look at her positioning here. Just uses her body. Alvarez gets her head up. And then Olmark, she'll have a free roll tonight to be able to float out wide. But just that positioning, use of her body from Thomas to...
Oliaro always ready, and a bad touch sets up long. North Carolina very fortunate that didn't wind up as a goal.
This is much better from the Duke Blue Devils. There's the service I'm talking about from Oliaro. Forces a missed clearance right there. Trinity Armstrong facing her own goal, doesn't make good contact with it.
2-0, Lori, our score at the half in favor of North Carolina. In the booth, Jen Hildreth, Lori Lindsay, Marion Crowder roaming the sidelines. Are you ready for another 45 minutes from Wake Med Soccer Park? Here we go. Tar Heels wanted to come out aggressive. They did. A goal in the first 10 minutes. Maddie Dahlien doing what she does, and then Olivia Thomas taking over. Could have had more, but added a second goal in the 24th. North Carolina is ready to run. Dahlien on this side, Thomas on the other. Dahlien open in the middle. Duke in recovery mode right now. Thomas will slow things up, wait for help. Right about the 6-yard line, still bouncing around. North Carolina in a fray, but Freeman in the middle of it all for Duke. His team losing now, and North Carolina, Dahlien on it at the penalty spot. North Carolina makes it 3 goals now. The Tar Heels on a tear.
It all starts from the goal kick, and then Thomas sets this up, wins this battle right here. Chico tight to her, spins her, off and running. Chico's even trying to make up ground, but then Thomas continues to draw the attention, and Fossey gets her head up, serves the ball. But right here, just the composure, the calmness from Dahlien. 3 defenders on her, brings it down wonderfully, just shimmy of her hips, sees Freeman go one way, tucks it into the back of the net. The other makes it 3-0 for North Carolina. Really, once again, against the run of play. Duke Blue Devils, everybody forward. Thomas starts it. Dahlien finishes it.
A goal. Picked up by the Blue Devils. Nobody home after all that work, but just 3 minutes remaining for Duke. Perhaps reality starting to sink in for some of these Blue Devil players. Put together such a tremendous season for themselves, for Robbie Church in his last year. Gagne solid in the air again. Air Claire hanging on to the ball.
What a career it has been for Robbie Church, and what he's done for this program, even during the times when they weren't scoring as many goals as we saw this season. It really was all about playing quality soccer, developing players as soccer players and human beings.
Tonight, though, it is the Tar Heels back on top. North Carolina takes down Duke. The Tar Heels are back in the national championship, and what is no doubt an emotional embrace on the sideline there between Damon Nahas and Robbie Church. Fossey celebrating another big game for her and the Tar Heels.